This episode of Good Morning Wilmington is brought to you by DART, Delaware's public transit service, moving you forward.
Good morning, Delaware. You're watching DETV's Good Morning Wilmington. What's going on, ladies? How are you?
Hello, good morning.
Good
Good morning.
you.
How are you?
I'm good. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was
Yeah?
good. How about you?
I'm packing.
I
I'm
know.
just packing my clothes and getting ready.
Nice.
Getting ready for that birthday trip. I cannot wait.
Oh,
I am
Greek
so
shenanigans.
Greece is like one of the places that I've always wanted to go to.
It's
so
beautiful
I'm so
there.
jealous.
I love the pictures.
It's
I've
on my
seen.
bucket
Okay,
list.
so
Yeah.
nerd moment. I have an obsession with Greek mythology.
Me
Oh,
too.
I have an
Yeah.
obsession with Greek
Me too.
mythology, and I just love it. And then I'm getting tired of going on Instagram looking at all the beautiful water and the pictures. I was
And
like,
you're not
you know
there.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Get
know.
there, so
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
I know.
That's what I'm doing.
I mean,
But
I've
that's
traveled to
awesome,
many
though.
places,
Yeah.
but that's one of the places on my bucket list
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I gotta get there.
So
Santorini looks gorgeous.
That's
Oh
where I'm
my
going.
gosh.
Athens for 3 nights, Santorini for 1, and then back in Athens.
Bring me back a magnet.
I got you. I got you. I got you both and the whole crew of DETV.
I love
Some
it.
Definitely.
stuff.
Yes.
But how about you? What'd you do for the weekend?
Oh my gosh, I had a really great weekend.
Yeah?
I went to a community game day, my uncle's church.
Okay.
I also did some networking and of course that family time.
Nice.
You know.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Gotta get that family time in.
That's
You
good.
do.
Definitely. What'd you do?
What'd you do?
You know what? I did homework to catch up on, so I
Okay.
got that taken care of, and
Okay.
I do like my little domestic goddessness stuff at home.
Domestic goddess.
That's what I like
love
to
You need
call
to come
it.
to Athens as
I
goddess.
love that.
Yes, that's what I like to call it while I have my hair up and I'm
Okay.
doing laundry and
Do you
cleaning.
put your
and all that
tiara
stuff.
on as you do it?
Yes, I do actually. Sometimes if I'm feeling fancy, I'll put it on my head
Yes.
as I
Funny.
vacuum.
Listen, just give me my my wine goblet.
Oh,
There you go.
Yes,
me
my
too.
glass
Little
wine
martini
goblet
glass.
as I push the vacuum.
So I don't know if you guys saw, but Virginia, did you hear about Virginia? They have
Mhm.
decided to remove
Oh
the
yes.
Robert
E. Lee.
E.
Robert E.
Lee
Lee.
Mhm.
statue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm for it.
Yeah.
For one, not just because I'm African American, but I understand everybody's heritage may not, you can't change the past for who you're connected to,
Mhm.
but some things just don't. Personally, we need to move with the times.
Yeah.
I
The
agree.
way we evolve with policies and
Mhm.
changes like that. Certain things I don't want to be driving and looking at something that reminds me of slavery and
Or just
the
hate.
Yeah.
Confederate, or
Or
just
just
hate,
hate.
just hate altogether. Yeah.
Listen, the Confederacy lasted for like 5 years,
Mhm.
and slavery and civil rights issues. We're talking
Yeah.
what since like the 1800s,
Yes.
like forever in a day.
Yes.
And all of these
I
started,
didn't
these
see it again.
statues started going up like as racial tension was rising.
Mhm.
Yep.
Through Jim Crow era, the civil rights era in the 1960s.
Mhm.
And this is something that has continuously gone on. And as these racial tensions were rising,
Mhm.
they, for some reason, they decided to put up these statues.
Right.
Why?
I
Like,
mean,
Well,
for me, I think it's for me, it's one of those things where and this is from my point of view, it reminds me, it's like an intimidation tactic.
It is.
I mean, that was the whole
Ooh,
reason
good
that it was
perspective.
put up. And so I agree with you, Jordan. I'm
Mhm.
glad that something like that is coming down because while I understand, we should study our history, those who don't study are doomed to repeat it, right? That's one of my favorite quotes. But the meaning behind it represents hate and fear
Yeah.
Right.
and all of that. And it's just,
I agree.
I know.
And to put things even to more context, I know there are, because I've been to many a city, many a town, that there are certain statues that don't represent,
Yeah,
That's true.
that kind of hate.
Absolutely.
So I don't want to take away from
That's
that.
true.
right.
There are some that don't show that kind of hate, but
Mhm.
at the same time, if you're going to put something up like that, even recent, there's statues that are put up recently, and I'm like, the history
Exactly.
behind that.
Exactly.
So what is your intention?
I
What is the
agree.
For
intention
doing
of it? Yeah.
To speak about history, I can't help but to think about Sherry Dorsey Walker's House Bill
Mhm.
198
Mhm.
with integrating African American history into the school curriculum
Right.
through, for K
Yeah.
through 12.
Right.
I think that's super important because you have to have some kind of balance. You can't just have these figures. And
Right.
if we talk about representation all the time and, figures all around the city, you have children just looking at these and what are we representing?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we have to teach children that there's more. So why
Right.
not put up more? We have the African American History Museum,
Yep.
but like, why don't we do more to balance the scale? So it's not just, oh,
One side.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have these figures up. Why
Yeah.
don't we do something else? So
Yeah. You know, I think of in a moment, just thinking of my mentor, Mr. Gilliam, rest in peace, but he has a saying, tell me I'll hear, show me I'll listen, involve me I'll understand. It's
Exactly.
by Confucius.
Mhm.
And until you really involve yourself, you'll never understand where people are coming from
Yes.
with that kind of pain when they're looking
Yeah.
at a statue like
Like
that.
talk
that.
is cheap.
So-
You can say you understand, but
Yeah.
until you really do something.
Until you involve
That's
yourself.
right.
Yep.
But speaking of African Americans, Dr. Tony Allen strikes again.
Yes.
Mr. President of Delaware's own HBCU, Delaware State University. Big shout out to you, Dr. Allen.
Congratulations.
So, yep, he just
Yes.
recently was appointed by President Biden as the advisor for HBCUs.
I know.
think that's awesome.
Such a great fit. I
Yeah,
think,
and you being an HBCU grad,
listen,
right?
I went to an HBCU. I had a great time the years I attended. Listen, I think it's awesome how we're really focusing on increasing enrollment for HBCUs,
Yeah.
increasing funding for HBCUs. That is something that is so major. They went through a very lengthy period where, HBCUs were becoming a dying breed. They were losing funding.
Mhm.
They weren't able to keep their doors open, enrollment up. There are a lot of people that have become more involved with helping to increase enrollment and, give back and give funding. I believe
He's giving back.
Dr. Allen is giving back.
he's been
And
giving
so all the great work that he's doing at
Mhm.
DSU, I think that's amazing. And then behind the scenes, he does a lot.
He
you know?
does, yeah.
Yeah.
From being,
He was a great pick for this.
He was. And he's worked with President Biden before.
Yeah.
He was his special assistant. They've known each other when he was one of the founding founders of Urban League.
Yeah.
So they go way back. So, I think it's a matter of just trust, relationship, friendship, and then President Biden
Definitely.
knows his work ethic. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for him. And then President Biden came to Delaware
Yes.
again.
Yes.
He just can't stay.
Yeah.
He loves
He
running
loves
the country
coming
and then
home.
come back home. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
Hold
We
on,
do like having him.
I-95 is never fun.
No, I know.
That's true. Yeah.
It's
Never
all right.
fun.
It's all right.
But he
We'll take
came,
Jam.
he came to bring some sandwiches with the union workers,
Yeah.
right? So big shout out to him. He's a very big supporter of all
Yeah.
the union workers.
Yeah.
I know
Yes.
I am. So.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me
I'm
too.
excited.
Yeah.
So, you, Madeira,
Yeah.
You about
get
to have a sit down,
right?
Me?
You're
Yeah.
gonna sit
I
down
do.
with Stephanie Johnnie, right?
Stephanie Johnnie,
Oh.
yes.
Tell me more.
I'm actually really looking forward to this
Okay.
because Stephanie Johnnie is the program manager and the acting director of the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation.
Okay.
And they actually do Reinventing Delaware, which I followed for many years. I know
Nice.
several of the former winners. But they just launched this new thing called E3. So I'm really looking forward to go and
right.
sit down with her and find out some more information about this.
Let's learn.
I know, I do.
We're doing a lot of talking here in Washington in the Senate about infrastructure. What's that really mean? Well, if we move forward on the bipartisan infrastructure plan that I'm supporting, that's going to mean millions more dollars for Delaware and Delawareans to improve Amtrak and SEPTA, to improve our roads and bridges up and down the state, to make sure we've got better access to broadband so that your cell phone calls don't drop as you drive up and down the state, so that kids can get access to Wi-Fi for school, and we can take advantage of telemedicine. I'm excited about a $580 billion new proposal for infrastructure for this country. But more than anything, I'm interested about how this will create good, high-paying jobs in Delaware and make our state easier to live in, more equitable and just, and more accessible in this digital age. For more information, go to my website, coons.senate.gov. Thanks.
Sitting down with me now from the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation is the acting director, Stephanie Johnnie. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I am so excited to have you because I just learned about E3 and I thought, how did I not know this existed? And then when I did a little bit of research, I found out it's pretty brand new. So I'm really excited to learn more about that. But I also want to learn more about the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation. Can you tell me a little bit about the foundation?
Absolutely. So the foundation was founded in 2003,
Okay.
and it was founded to uphold the legacy of Governor Pete DuPont.
Okay.
So through the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation, we launched our Freedom Award, which is an annual event, an annual award with what we honor an entrepreneur who's made great impacts to the private sector for the year.
Very cool.
This year actually is really exciting because we are honoring a business versus an individual. We're honoring MB&A.
I heard about that.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Mhm.
So if you don't mind me asking,
Sure.
why the change? Why the individual to then honoring NBA as a business instead of just doing one individual person?
So MB&A made such a huge impact for the state of Delaware.
Mhm.
They were one of the first businesses to come to Delaware after the 1981 Financial Act
Okay.
that Governor Pete DuPont was partly responsible for. So they brought hundreds, thousands of jobs to Delaware. And they were actually birthed to a lot of our leaders in the banking community today.
Oh.
So we thought that just this was the year. This is the year we do it. And it would be a great way for, and former MB&A employees to come together and kind of reunite.
Yeah.
So we're very excited about that. We unfortunately postponed the event.
Yeah.
So we are postponing the event, but it is happening. But
Okay.
we're really excited about it.
That's fantastic. So very good information. Now I have to dive into E3. Tell me a
Yes.
little bit about, because like I said, I know it's relatively new, right?
Mhm.
It's you just guys piloted this year,
So it was launched March of 2020.
2020.
Mhm.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about this initiative that you guys have started with the E3. Tell me a little bit about it.
Awesome. So I can't talk about E3 without bringing up Reinventing Delaware.
Yes, you did
So,
tell me this
yes.
earlier. Yes, that they're tied together for sure.
So Reinventing Delaware is another kind of key initiative for the
Mhm.
foundation. We've been doing that since 2014, and it's a wonderful event. I don't know if you've ever been or not.
I haven't been, but
Okay.
I've met actually I've met one recipient
Okay.
of that, Gideon.
Yes,
Yes.
Nerd It Now was one
Nerd
of
It
our
Now.
winners. I believe Nerd It Now was our most recent winner.
Yeah.
Some other winners from Reinventing Delaware, Wilminvest,
Mm-hmm.
Wilmington Greenbox,
Yep.
Intern Delaware,
Mm-hmm.
just to name a few. So we've had the Warehouse is one of our winners as
It's
well.
funny you mentioned Wilmington because those are two guys that I'm familiar with as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forgot. There's so many that have been
So-
recipients. Yeah.
Exactly, and we've had some great winners. So
Yeah.
through Reinventing Delaware, we invite 100 ideas to the table,
Mhm.
private or public sector. They come, they pitch, we select some top ideas of the night. They go into a scoping kind of workshop to kind of further investigate their idea, dig a little deeper, see what the viability, sustainability is for the idea.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of this entire 6-month process of idea development, we select one winner for the year. And that's some of the winners that we explain.
Yeah.
So E3, the equitable
Entrepreneurial.
The
Okay, it gets me all the time too. Try spelling it. I always mess up
Yeah.
spelling it sometimes, but yeah.
So E3 is our equitable entrepreneurial ecosystem,
Mhm.
E3 for short, that was launched in March of 2020. So we launched it as a direct response to COVID-19
Okay.
because we saw the disparity amongst, number one, it hit small business owners,
Yeah.
horribly.
Yeah.
It was a huge impact on small business owners, negative impact. And we saw that there was a huge disparity among Black and Brown entrepreneurs
Mm-hmm.
specifically.
Yeah.
So E3 allows us to do some of the work that we're doing for Reinventing Delaware, but on a larger scale.
Very cool.
So our anchor funder, Barclays,
Uh-huh.
came to the table. They funded this program. We launched it in partnership with the Wilmington Alliance.
Okay.
We launched a pilot in Wilmington, invited 6 businesses to the table. 3 of those businesses were selected for the idea implementation phase, where they actually did a deep dive and kind of worked together to accelerate the business, working with third-party service providers.
Okay.
And some of those businesses that came in were prior Reinventing Delaware winners,
Wow.
including Nerd It Now.
That's interesting. That's
Yes.
real, and it what I think is really great about that is it, because you and I talked a little bit earlier,
Mhm.
is those who can apply could be in any stage, right?
Right. That's the great thing. So I would say Reinventing Delaware is a unique opportunity because we're bringing all different walks of life to a table
Right.
where you can sit next to a funder, an investor,
Mhm.
just bring your idea. So
Yeah.
it's just really cool. I think it's a really unique opportunity. And with E3, again, it's another unique opportunity because there's no stipulations as to who you can be or where you are in your entrepreneurial journey
That's
to
awesome.
join.
That's awesome.
You can be conceptual, you can be accelerated, you could be pre-launch, or you could have been in business for 10 years and you're looking to franchise.
That's fantastic.
We accept you where you are and we customize the services to meet your needs to help you grow your business.
I love that. I mean, and I know those who watch the show are familiar because I've said
Yeah.
it so many times, they're probably tired of me talking about it, but I'm an entrepreneurial graduate myself. And so I have a lot of friends and my peers and stuff like that who are also in the same boat as me and launching small businesses and all of that. And we have sort of a fear to launch with the COVID, lockdown and everything happening. Everyone's sort of like, entrepreneurs are strategic risk takers. So it's really cool that something like this is out there. I'm so excited that you have brought this to our attention.
Good.
And please come back because I would love to know. I know that you guys aren't taking any more submissions now, right?
Yes.
For the E3.
So we did have an open application cycle for Newcastle County entrepreneurs this past May.
Right.
And we had an open application cycle for entrepreneurs in Kent and Sussex counties this past August.
Okay.
Those application cycles have closed.
Okay.
We are coming back. We are accepting new applicants in 2022.
Awesome.
So we're very excited. And I do want to come back and update you on what we've done with the businesses that we're currently working with.
Absolutely. And also just, keep us up to date on, I know the process is still going for downstate, right?
Yes, for statewide.
Upstate, yes. So definitely keep us posted. I'd love to know who the final recipients are for this new initiative.
Yeah.
And also keep us posted next year as well, because I know a lot of people who should apply for it.
Right.
So thank you again for taking the time to come down and sit
Awesome.
down with us.
And
I appreciate it.
Thank you. And there is one more thing.
Hit me. What's up?
So we don't have to wait till 2022
No?
to help elevate an idea.
Oh, okay. Why?
I mentioned Reinventing Delaware a couple times.
That's right.
We have officially launched a date for Reinventing Delaware.
Awesome.
It's going to be held on November 11th.
Okay.
At CSC Station right here in Wilmington. So we're very excited. The submission window will open beginning September 15th
Okay.
and will close on September 30th.
All
so
right.
now's the time to prepare and get ready to submit.
And what do they need to submit? Is it just?
It is an application.
Okay.
It's very short. We're asking, so there's no paid ticket to attend.
Okay.
Your ticket is your idea.
Fantastic.
Everybody has come with, even our board members come with ideas.
Hey.
Everyone comes with an idea. So you can actually submit your application through online.
Okay.
It's a very short application. Just ask what your idea is, gets generic information.
Okay.
The top 100 ideas are going to be invited to attend in person and pitch their idea amongst the whole group.
That's fantastic. And that September 15th is when it opens?
The submission window does open September 15th,
September 15th.
closes September 30th,
All
and
right.
the event itself is on November 11th.
Perfect. Thank you again. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you coming in. Hopefully we'll get to see you again. And we will be right back, you guys.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael Flagg.
And I'm Sherell Flagg, and we're the hosts of Diner En Blanc, Wilmington.
Today we are in Wilmington. We're going to do a nice little tutorial on how to set up the day of.
What do you have with you today?
Well, first of all, we have a cart, not a wagon. Okay, wagons are not allowed. And what we're going to do this year, we're going to make it nice and simple. So
this is like a little dolly?
Dolly, yes.
Okay.
Where can this be ordered from, baby? You remember?
Amazon.
Right.
You can definitely go to Amazon for your dollies and all your Diner En Blanc needs.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll start the table set up. We have a specific size for the table. They have to be square. That makes the pictures and the diagram setup look amazing. And these also can be purchased at Amazon.
Here, let me take that. Now, our tables are a simple roll-up table. As you can see, it comes with a bag, and you can just kind of throw the bag on your back if you want, or you can put it on your dolly for easy transport. A lot of people think that because you have to bring your own items that it's going to be difficult to lug, everything that you need for setup. As you can see, everything clearly fits on your pulley, your dolly, whatever you want to call it, and you can get it safely transported to the event. Michael is setting up our table. As you can see, it's a simple setup. Snap, snap, pop, pop. And this is your tabletop. And as you can see, this snaps in place. These have items that on the bottom So this matches up and it just pops right into place and your table is secured. You want to pop that one down in place.
Yep, there you go.
You want to move the cart out so they can see us take our items off
Okay.
the cart. Thank you. And as you can see, we have 2 chairs that we placed on the cart. Your chairs can be definitely white. However, if they are a different color, you can get white chair covers and cover your chairs with your chair covers.
And the reason we like these is they collapse actually really well. And they're easy to hide.
Yes. So this is our picnic basket. In our picnic basket, we have numerous items that we're going to use to set up our table. You're going to find a tablecloth. You're going to find napkins that are a must for when we do the napkin waves, and just everything that I just want to set my table up with. And you can get as intricate as you want or be as simple as you want, as long as you stay within the means for the design decor. So what do we have in here, Michael?
All right, again, we have the napkins for the napkin wave. Very imperative.
All right, let's try to move a little quicker.
And we have a tablecloth.
Here, you can hand me the items and I'll start setting up.
Okay.
Of course, we're going to have our white tablecloth going on our table. I like added touches, so you're going to see that I have a little table runner here.
I'm going to turn it that way. Yeah. There we go.
And then we're just going to start placing our items on the table. So my picnic basket. We have some placemats. Of course, Diner En Blanc was founded in Paris, France, so we have our Eiffel Tower. Chloe Wines is our wine sponsor this year, so of course, we're going to have Chloe Wines on the table. You're also going to need your dinnerware. You want to unwrap those for me?
Yes.
No plasticware, people. Everything has to be china, glass, real utensils, no plastic utensils for your eating ware.
Break out your china. You don't use it anyway at home.
One of the ways I like to wrap and secure my wine glasses is just by using my napkins. So I just roll my wine glasses up, and we have some beautiful Diner En Blanc wine glasses here. Ladies, I suggest that if you have your strong man that you're bringing to carry your items, you do the decorating, okay? You just, you make him do what he's great at, and you do what you're great at.
Now, what's important is before we go to get our food, before we start setting up, we have to link up table to table, all right? And this is when you tell your man to go get your food, especially if you purchase some items from the e-store. He can go over and get the food while you're decorating, and then by the time you get back, should be finished, you hope.
And these are just, again, items that you would want for your table. Diner En Blanc, you cannot have any flame with your candle, so you want to do a flameless candle. Yep. So you can find these on Amazon as well. And this year, you're going to find a mask in your picnic basket because we're going to need a face mask. So make sure you bring your face mask as well. And again, because I'm extra, I just like to do my table up a little bit. You can do more or less. It's up to you. I'm a more person. And there you go. That is a quick Diner En Blanc setup. And again, you can go all the way over the top or stay as simple as you want.
Yes.
We have some special guests here today.
Well, bring them
I
on.
thought we were the special guests.
Let me bring them on.
We got some friends with us today that we're going to discuss Diner En Blanc Wilmington with.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi, guys.
This is lovely. I like this.
Thanks for having us
Ooh.
today.
Thanks for being here and showing us how to set up the table.
Oh,
This is fantastic. And I'm like such a OCD organized person. Like I was watching you guys unpack all of this and I'm like, this is amazing.
It is, yes.
Yes.
Oh my
Just
gosh,
try to
I
keep it
like
simple
this.
and elegant.
Indeed, yes.
Definitely.
So definitely more.
Yes,
I enjoy it,
More
yes.
for sure.
But this is a really great photo op.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the key points, correct?
Yes, everything, we love everything to be, as they say nowadays, Instagrammable.
Mm-hmm.
And just for that moment, for that photo.
Very
is
nice.
great.
I like this. I like the Eiffel Tower. And you said that Diner En Blanc, it started in Paris.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
yes.
Great touches.
And I caught a bit, so you connect the tables.
Yes.
So, but you bring, so each person brings their own table, their own decoration, so it kind of all connects like a puzzle piece, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
That's
Absolutely.
fantastic.
I
When
like
you
it.
said that, I'm like, that's ingenious. I
That
love
is.
that.
Yeah. And it's actually like 25, and then we break it up, and then another 25. So
Okay.
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
it actually goes into a nice diagram, especially when you see the picture from overhead.
Mm-hmm.
That
It's a
drone
beautiful
shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I
wow.
bet.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be so nice. So when is the event again for this year in Wilmington?
The event is September 25th.
Nice. That's coming up very soon.
Yes, it is. It's right around the corner.
I'm going to start shopping on Amazon for my table now and everything
Yes.
that's going to go on it. Now, just out of curiosity, if someone wanted to kind of mimic this look, could you maybe ballpark guess price-wise whatever all the design?
That's a good question.
Absolutely. I am really like a frugal shopper.
Me
So
too. That's why I was like, I wonder.
But I love beautiful things, but I want them all on a budget.
Yes.
So I will probably say for my everything that's here,
Mhm.
I may have spent maybe $120, maybe, and that's with table, chairs, and decor,
That's
and
not bad.
linens, dinnerware, everything.
Like, I'm super impressed with that table.
That is very
When I
nice.
saw you guys putting
Yeah.
it up, I'm like, where in the
Yeah.
world did they get that?
Yeah.
This is awesome. You say probably about around 100 to 120 bucks?
Yes, yes. And the great thing about that is, usually our members, they return. So you just get to bring it back. It's
Yeah.
not going to go to waste. You use it over and over again.
Very
All
cool.
right. That's so nice, indeed. And you have the dolly to carry the items out. That's what I was thinking before learning more details about Diner En Blanc. I was like, well, how do you bring your table out? Where do you get your table from?
Yeah.
But I like that you guys came on and you brought all the pieces together to help us understand.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. And that is one of the biggest questions that people ask, and one of the biggest worries. How am I going to get all of this
Especially
stuff?
being dressed in all white.
Exactly. So the other thing I want to add is I have on flats. They're all metallic.
Okay.
And we encourage the woman to bring a comfortable pair of shoes with you.
Okay.
So that while you're in transit and while you're setting up, you know, you're not trying to do it in heels.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't like doing anything.
Very nice.
Until the music starts, and then you guys like dancing.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I always have a pair of flats in my bag. Always, always,
Exactly.
always.
You have to.
You have to.
You have to.
This is
Indeed.
great. I'm excited. Now
I'm
I know
super
what to go
excited.
shopping for. I'm going to actually leave here and start creating my list for the 25th.
Awesome.
Yes.
You?
Definitely, of
Yeah.
course. Do you still have, is there a set number of members that are allowed to attend, or is it as many that sign up?
No, actually, the phases are all closed now.
They are all
Sold out,
closed.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We actually have a VIP experience that we're working on,
Okay.
but we're going to kind of keep it around 2,000.
All right. Okay.
2,000.
Yeah.
2,000, not 100, but 2,000. So sorry, folks, if you have not signed up, it's a little too late now.
But you can
There's always
sign
next
up for
year.
the waiting list for next year.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have a year worth of time to shop.
Yeah.
Get your kid together. Absolutely.
That's right.
And that night, we're going to see if we can have some live stuff going on, so we can actually see what's going on and almost act like you were there. Maybe
That'll
you can
be
set
really
up a table
nice.
at your house.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
join
that
us.
is nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Virtually.
Yeah. Make it hybrid.
That's great.
That'll be really nice.
Nice.
Yes.
Indeed. This is so exciting. So thank you again for coming to help show us what it looks like to set up the table. Now, where is the event again?
Nice try. You can tell where it is.
Definitely in Wilmington.
Definitely.
Okay, who knows
I got
where?
that to go off of. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
So-
listen, for the people who are not going on the 25th, I know they're going to write around and try to find where, because it's going to be a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah.
Definitely. Or set up that table at home and find a way to vibe out.
Yep.
I think that'd be really nice too.
Yes.
Indeed. But we're all like super excited.
Yes,
This
we
is such an exclusive event. Oh my gosh, if you're missing it, you better get in next year. Like,
Get on that wait list. Get on that wait list. for
Yes.
next year, for sure.
oh my
Yes.
gosh. And listen, we're going to have to go back and tell Jordan that
All about
he
this.
misses. We're so excited. He's going to be so butthurt about it. But
Yeah.
listen, I'm so excited. Again, thank you for coming and joining us to show us how this goes. And we look forward to seeing you guys on the 25th.
Yeah.
Thank you
absolutely.
for having us. It's a pleasure to be here as
Yeah.
always.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yep. So we're going to go back to the couch and share all these great tips with Jordan.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
All right, I am here with Dara Meredith. She is the director and choreographer of The Bridge of Our Roots, and this is such an amazing piece of work. Hi, Dara, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am very well. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
No, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time. Listen, I can't wait to dive into The Bridge of Our Roots. Such an amazing piece of work. Please tell me, where did the inspiration of this come from?
So I was originally commissioned by the Delaware Art Museum with support from Art Bridges. And the Delaware Art Museum has a painting that's still currently there by L.D. Corder.
Okay.
And this painting was developed in 1948, and it's called Southern Souvenir Number 2. And so it's a painting of a black woman whose body has been dismantled, and it has a lot of other historical context within the painting. And so they brought me on board and asked me to create a dance work in response to Southern Souvenir Number 2.
Okay, so I love dance, you know, that when things are choreographed. Dance is such an amazing expression of emotion. Help me understand what emotions went into this choreography that you did to correlate with this painting.
So I always say this is one of my most dear works. One, because I'm a black woman from the South, and that's where he did a lot of his research. But also because this work is meaningful, it's very timely right now, and it's very expressive, which all of my work is extremely expressive. And so when they brought me in to do this work, the first thing I did was look at the painting 2 hours straight, and I said, what do I see, what do I hear, and what do I feel? And so that evoked a lot of emotion just thinking, because it started to relate to my life and me being a black woman. So.
Wow, okay, all right. What were some of the emotions that you felt looking at the painting? I'm curious.
So looking at the painting, it's very, it's three-dimensional. So it has a three-dimensionality to it that really comes out at you, but the more and more you pick it apart, you start to see different things. And so it started to make me think about my matriarch, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my ancestors, and what do those body parts mean? They have, one of the body parts that he has is the torso, where you just see the breast, and the nipples are very, they protrude out in a 3D fashion. And so for me, it made me think of this is the part of the body that nurtures the spirit. This is the part of the body that nurtures the body, you know, that gives life, that continues life. And so in the other body part, they had just from the knees to the waist. Well, that's the part where we are birthed. You know, so those are essential parts of the Black female body. And even with the torso, she not only breastfed her own kids, but the Black woman breastfed others. Right.
Yeah. That's so. I love even the passion in you explaining this. I'm feeling it and I'm visualizing. And when I think about dance and the emotion that comes through dance, tell me what that means to you. The movements and the emotion. How are you able to tie that all in to, you know, exhibit that to people who are watching?
So I have a multi-generational cast, and I have women of all shapes, sizes, color, complexions. And for me, I always say that I'd rather work with someone who is passionate and is dedicated to their craft more than someone who can just move their body. Because we all can move our bodies, right? But it's what are you saying out of your body and how does that affect the people who are watching? So I always want to create an experience and not just, oh, that was a nice dance.
Yeah, it's not
but
just
what
movement.
is it, right, what does it bring up for you? What questions does it bring up? What does it kind of make you think about or reflect on? So that's really important for me in my choreography, and I think the Bridge of Our Roots brings up a lot, not only for Black women, but for people in general.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what is it that you want the audience to take away from watching this?
Good question. I think there's something to take away for everyone. I think for people that are not Black, you're taking a way of understanding of empathy and learning the journey of what it takes every day to exist in America, to be Black in America, but then also be Black and a woman in America, and some of the challenges that we may face that you may not even know about or understand. I think for Black men, it's that takeaway of how can I help support
the Black woman,
because she takes on so much. How can I take some of those things so that she can have more balance and that she doesn't feel like she has to take care of the world?
Be so strong all the time. Just get to be soft and vulnerable.
Right. We deserve that.
We do.
And I think also, another thing I want for Black women and Black girls to take away is that you're not alone. I think sometimes we go through things and we're like, oh, we don't have anybody to talk to, but other people are experiencing the same thing. And the sisterhood, which we've even created in the rehearsal process, but that sisterhood of sisters catching sisters and understanding that these, you know, for young girls, these are some things you may experience, but just know you're not alone, and through all of it, we're still resilient.
I love this. So it sounds like it's an all-around conversation starter amongst all barriers, from age groups to nationalities and races. This is amazing. I love what this represents. I'm looking forward to it. Tell me, and the viewers, of course, how is it that we can partake in this experience?
So you can partake in this experience in Wilmington, Delaware on Friday, September 17th, Wilmington, Delaware, at the Delaware Theater Company, which is down on the riverfront. Friday, September 17th at 8 p.m. You can go to the Delaware Theater Company box office to get your tickets, and we hope to see you Friday. And there will be a live talk back with the dancers as well as myself after the show.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Listen, and first off, I love the Delaware Theater Company. I've gone many of shows there, so I'm looking forward to this. And is that the only night?
So that's the only night in Delaware. We are doing one night in Philadelphia as well.
I'm going to have to catch the Philly show. I have an event that I'm going to on the 17th, but I do not want to miss this. I think it's amazing. I would love to take my daughter. And like I said, great conversation starter. But listen, Wilmington, everyone in Delaware, do not miss it. September 17th, please go to Delaware Theater Company and check out the Bridge of Our Roots. Sounds like it's going to be a really powerful piece.
Absolutely.
Listen, Dara, I really appreciate you. Thank you again for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
You're going to have to come back and check in. I think it's amazing, and I'm curious to see on the back end some of the conversation that you're going to get in that talk back session. I'd love to hear the feedback that was received and just be a part of that conversation.
Absolutely.
All right.
It's definitely needed.
All right. So thank you again, and we're going to go and head back over to the couch with JJ and Jordan.
Government doesn't make a move without an agenda, some type of plan. The problem is we haven't been on the agenda. Sometimes we're overlooked. Sometimes our interests aren't the interest of those in power. I'm your host, Kerwin Gaines, on DETV's new show, The Agenda. We're going to do our best to ensure that you, Delawareans, are knowledgeable about what's going on in the Assembly. Federal government, local government, it doesn't matter. We're going to do our best to ensure that folks that make the agenda on a daily basis have to answer for it. Let them explain what they're doing. If it affects you, it's on the agenda.
We're in for a treat. I'm so excited to be sitting down with two phenomenal women from the state of Delaware. How are you, Ruth?
I am great, thank you.
And Doctor, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So happy to be here. Simmons, Dr. Simmons.
Dr. Simmons, nice to see you. This is personal for me. And Ruth, you and I go way back working together, and specifically working with the late great Miss Sunny.
Yes.
I'd be remiss if I did not mention her. So while I'm personally vested in Metropolitan Wilmington Urban League, I'm also personally vested in Planned Parenthood. A lot of family members that have benefited from your service. Help me understand, Ruth, from your capacity, what it is that Planned Parenthood of Delaware does in its totality.
Well, in totality, we provide comprehensive reproductive health care. So everything from birth control, STD testing, pap smears, cancer screens, PrEP and PEP for those who are concerned about AIDS, gender affirming care, and many other things. Behavioral health now, many things as well.
Now, Doctor, what in your capacity working at Planned Parenthood, what exactly is it that you do?
Sure. So I serve as the medical director. So that means that my main role is supervising the medical services that we provide at our health centers. So our health centers in Wilmington, New York, Dover, and soon to be a health center in Seaford, which we're really excited about. So I oversee the medical care provided at each of those centers by our amazing staff. And of course, I see patients as well, which is my favorite part of working at Planned Parenthood.
Now, I have to ask both of you, this is because I'm very involved civically. What in the world is going on in Texas? What is this about? I feel, even though I'm not a resident of Texas, I have a lot of family and friends down there. Councilwoman Amanda Edwards, she ran for U.S. Senate. She is advocating and stomping the streets for Planned Parenthood hard. And I am seeing voting rights being stripped. I'm seeing women's rights being stripped. Help me understand what exactly is going on in Texas right now.
Well, Texas right now is a state where a 12-year-old is not forced to wear a mask to prevent COVID, but a 12-year-old would be forced to deliver a baby. And I think that tells you most of what you need to know, the regulation of women's bodies. And I'll let Dr. Simmons talk about what that means to know that you're pregnant at 6 weeks and what that really means. So
we talk about a 6-week ban or a heartbeat ban, but what this really is this is an abortion ban. Because when we count pregnancy from the first day of your last menstrual period, so you don't even know you're pregnant until you miss that menstrual period. So, banning abortion as soon as 2 weeks after your last missed your period is really a total ban on abortion.
And now I saw where during the press conference with the governor, there was a reporter that asked a very pertinent question. How will this affect women that are raped and things of that nature? What are your thoughts on that? I thought it was a very pertinent question.
It's real. Rape, incest, coercion, sexual assault, manipulation, you name it. Young people go through this issue and not having the resources that they need, giving them time to adjust to what happened to them is truly a travesty. And if you consider forcing people to deliver when that is not their desire or intent, it puts us in a pretty cruel world right now.
Now, Doctor, I can only imagine from your perspective how other professionals like yourself are dealing with such this. How does this affect doctors that are in your position?
I think it's heartbreaking for them. You go into this field because you like to help people. People come to you when they need care, when they are in sometimes a situation that feels really terrible. And to have to see those patients and say, I'm so sorry,
you're a little too far along and I can't see you in this entire state is, I'm hearing from the doctors on the ground there that it's just devastating for them to have to turn these patients away.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because while I'm grateful to you, Ruth, for listing the plethora of work that you guys do, it's not just abortion.
Correct.
It's not, and it's disheartening to me to see that a lot of folks put Planned Parenthood on this pedestal as just do it end all be all, one job service. And you both know, working at Delaware HIV Consortium, my role is community planning. We go hand in hand with the people that we serve. My role at HIV Consortium, we address individuals dealing with HIV and AIDS. Right. And you guys do that as well. So do you care to dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. When people think of Planned Parenthood, they really like to focus on that one service that we provide, but we do so much more. And I'm so proud that we do so much more. I mean, especially you're talking about HIV prevention. So we call that PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis, and PEP, which is post-exposure prophylaxis, which are basically medications that you can get if you think you're either at risk of or have been exposed to HIV. And we are able to prescribe those at Planned Parenthood and help folks, as well as, diagnosing other infections, getting you all the antibiotics that you need. So certainly, there's so much more within that kind of comprehensive reproductive health care lens that we use at Planned Parenthood beyond this one service area that really people scrutinize and focus on.
One thing I love every time I'm driving by Planned Parenthood, you guys truly take care of your clients. While everyone is entitled freedom of speech to protest against service and things of that nature, what I love when I drive by, you really take care of your clients. You have volunteers there, ushering them in, making sure that they're really taken care of. And I'm curious to know, as a Delawarean, what can I do to help Planned Parenthood advance its mission and goal?
Well, one of the main things is really help us financially. We see everybody, regardless of ability to pay. And so if you can imagine, even with some of the reimbursement we get, it does not cover the cost. And so helping us in that way is huge. Helping us by volunteering is a gift. Helping us with political advocacy is also a great gift. Any and all of those things are things that we always need.
Right. Now, you guys, while fundraising is helpful, and in mentioning fundraising, you guys are known for an awesome event that I love attending, the Chocolate Festival. Now that's coming up, right? End of this month?
It is September 25th.
Okay.
And it's from 7 to 10 p.m. And we're holding it both in person and virtually. We know that people have different levels of comfort going out right now into events. And so we will have both of those available at the same time. So you can participate in any way you like.
Gotcha. Wow. Now, is there anything that also, because I'm such an advocate, I'll be out there reviewing legislation, is there anything that you feel that Delaware could do even more from the legislative side to protect the services that Planned Parenthood provides?
Well, the good news is we codified Roe, and so abortion is safe and legal. Yes, we codified that several years ago. So even if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade,
here in Delaware.
No, the Supreme Court for the country, Delaware will still be a safe state for that. And this last session, we decriminalized some of the areas that were left in the criminal code that did things like made it a crime for a woman to self-manage her own abortion. So if she ordered abortion pills online and had a problem, that would have been considered a crime. And so getting rid of some of those things has been extremely helpful. And so our Delaware legislator has been so supportive of our work and helps us at every turn.
Well, I can't thank you ladies enough for all that you do. Like I said, my family is very much invested in the services that you guys do. I am always going to be there to support Planned Parenthood, and I really hope that a lot of Delawareans take heed to the notion that you guys do more than just abortion.
Correct.
And while that might be at the forefront at our country's focus right now because of what's going on in Texas, you guys are helping young folks and older, and we need to galvanize around you with all the services that you are providing.
Yeah, the reality is that we do more in this state to help women that don't want to get pregnant, not get pregnant. And we also help the women that want to get pregnant. And so we do both of those. And only being known for one piece of a service when 96% of what we do is something else is important to know. But it's also important not to shame people that get an abortion, that women get abortions for a lot of different reasons. And it is not up to me to decide which one's okay and which one is not. It's up to me to be supportive of the women coming to see us.
Correct, and we need to continue being supportive, especially after what we've been through from COVID, from the pandemic to Black Lives Matter. This is now even more of a time to come together. And I'm curious, before I let you ladies go, how have you guys done or been so sustainable post-COVID? How's that going?
I think one of, COVID caused us to change a little bit of the way we deliver healthcare. So we've really worked to spread patients out throughout the health center, find ways for patients to wait in safe places so they don't have to congregate in, waiting rooms. And we launched Telehealth Services, which I'm really proud of. So yes, we offer telehealth services via an app called PP Direct, where you can get birth control and medication for urinary tract infections. And then we also offer other telehealth services for kind of a more expanded set of services through telehealth. So we're able to see people, in the health center if that's their preference, and also through telehealth if that's how they prefer to access our care. So I think that's been one of the things that we were going to do anyway. It was on our list, but COVID really pushed us to do it now, and I'm proud of it.
That's good. Well, again, ladies, I can't thank you enough. Ruth, you have my number, so if I can be there, I sadly can't make the chocolate festival. I'm going to be out of the country.
Yes.
But we're making sure to write our check and donate.
You
and
always do.
Yeah, and we will be there. So
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. We'll be right back. Well, you guys had fun, didn't you?
Listen, it was really dope. I enjoyed, so the concept of Diner En Blanc and how you have to set up your table, I was super clueless on.
Yeah, set up your table.
Yes, I was super clueless on the functionality. Yeah.
Oh.
All I could think about was, okay, so you want me to dress in white, like be flawless and lug some stuff? Like what?
But I liked the little setup in the kit that they had. So they had like this little, it's almost like a little
It's
dolly.
a dolly, yeah. A dolly.
And like they had this collapsible like table for two with the folding
basket
chairs
with their
the basket,
china.
and everything was packed in the basket.
Definitely.
And no plasticware. It has to all be like china.
China,
These are
real
really
silverware.
good. You need to bring your china.
There's some, big shout out to Michael and Sherell Flagg, because they are adamant of keeping tradition from how it was set originally in Paris.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
but that's probably why you got to do that work. So
Yeah.
the work's going to be beneficial because you're going to have fun.
It's
So-
really beautiful, like the picture, the photo ops. They were talking about the drone shot.
The drone shot,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't wait.
And I love that they connect. So it's like, you kind of have your own vibe and your
Yeah.
own feel for
Yeah.
your table, and then you have to connect to the next
That's
person,
right.
next and
Wow.
next.
Yeah.
So it's like, it just, this beautiful
I think
blend.
they said like 25 in a row or something like
Yeah,
that.
in a row.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, but I thought it was great. I mean, the tips that they both brought, I'm like, okay, now I feel a little bit better about,
Exactly.
Yeah,
when we
and
go.
I'm sure
so.
for folks that are trying to gear up, they'll know how to
They'll know what to
prepare,
do.
especially
Exactly.
for first timers. So
Exactly,
that should be
yeah.
fun.
Definitely.
Yep.
So, did you guys hear about Gator Dad?
I did.
I heard someone talking about it, and I'm curious to watch the video because I haven't seen it yet. So.
I've been hearing this, so.
Yeah, our producer Gia wants us to watch
she
this.
said, I can't wait. I gotta see this.
So
All
we're gonna check it out.
We're gonna check this out, yeah.
So this is in Utah?
Yes.
Okay.
West Valley City.
And from what I remember, this is like a child's birthday party.
Whoa.
My.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. Oh, good God. Oh.
There's Dad.
Oh.
There's Dad.
Oh. Oh. What in?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
He had no fear. He just went in there and did
None.
it. That's Dad.
Oh.
Yeah. Super brave. Oh my gosh.
Oh. But
Cover
don't.
his eyes,
Can't
cover
they
his
breathe
eyes.
in water?
Cover his eyes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're right. You have to cover his
You
eyes.
have to cover the
right?
eyes. Yeah. I used to go to Gatorland in Florida with my dad.
So you know
all the
about
time.
all this. But see, this is why I respect boundaries with animals. See, you have
Listen.
to have boundaries.
That's right.
Just like we have them, they have them.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
She's so look, she's
She
like,
is her
That's,
hand
she's the
up?
trainer, right? Yeah.
oh my gosh.
She is chilling.
All the way. Oh, it's not funny, but like, oh my gosh.
What? You know whose hand that wouldn't have been? Not mine.
Yours?
Not
Nope.
mine.
That would not
Me
have
neither.
been my hand. No, it wouldn't. No.
I said no sir, no
Wow.
way. Oh my gosh.
But you know what's amazing to me about this whole thing is how calm they both are
There we
remaining.
go.
There it is.
Oh my goodness.
So what are you wrestling? Let it
Gator,
go.
this guy is a dad. He's not
Oh,
even.
oh, that's the woman's
This is a
dad.
I think it
Wow.
was the dad of the son whose birthday it was.
Wow.
Yeah. So he doesn't even know
He
the
doesn't
lady
even know.
who was.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not
Yeah.
a gator trainer, but he's just like riding
So
this.
why
thing.
is he still?
He's
He has
hanging
to get
on.
out.
He has to get out so he doesn't-
Safely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Dude,
So I think
oh my
she's coaching
gosh.
him through. I don't know. That's crazy.
Oh wow. Is his hand in its mouth?
Yes.
again, too?
I think he's. Yeah. I can't tell.
I can't tell if he's trying to keep them mouth closed or if
Close?
his.
No, he's.
Okay,
Yeah. It's
okay.
his- yeah.
See,
Jump, buddy, jump.
this just took me back to. Do you remember? Not Crocodile. What was the guy?
Glad he got out of
Crocodile
there, though.
Dundee?
Was it Crocodile Dundee?
Crocodile Dundee.
No, you're thinking of Steve
Steve
Irwin.
That's what
Steve
I'm
Irwin.
Crikey.
Oh my gosh.
She's a big one.
Yeah, that's way.
She's yes. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, unfortunately. But that's what it took me back to. I remember
Dude,
watching.
listen, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Kudos to the dad, though.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
super brave.
That is super
Super
brave.
brave.
Yeah.
Listen, I have to be completely honest. I can't see myself.
But you know what it reminds me of? It goes back to that
Oh, go ahead.
fight or flight response. Like
This
That's
is
exactly
true.
what that is.
Like, cause I
Yeah, I feel like if that
did
was your daughter,
lifeguarding.
you would have done it.
If it were now,
you would have done
listen.
it. You would have done it. You would have
Listen.
done it.
I think it's situational. I mean,
Yeah.
there's certain people that will jump to action, and there's certain
Yes.
people that will run from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, I know from my history and experience that I would be the person to jump in and then be like, I cannot believe I just did what I just
Yeah.
did, but I did it.
Circumstantial. If it,
Yeah.
if it were my kid, like when she
You'd
were
lift the car.
when she
You'd
were
be
little,
that mom.
I would listen.
be
I'd be
that
like, you know, definitely. I was
It
that mom at
happens.
the bottom
Yeah.
of the sliding board, like, you better get out the way.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, don't you kick my kid again.
It's funny because I remember hearing like it's like a blacking out moment. You don't even
You don't
Yes.
even realize it,
paying
yeah. And that's
attention
what I was meaning by the
what
fight
you're
or
doing.
flight
That
thing.
adrenaline,
Yeah.
the adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen,
You
people
really, you really figure
fly
out who
high
you
on
are.
that.
I bet towards the end
You
of that,
learn
when
who
he
you
was
are.
still sitting on that gator, he was like, oops.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
shout out to Gator
Dad.
Dad.
Go Gator
Yeah,
Dad.
that
Gator
Oh my
Dad.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty intense.
I'm curious
So.
how that lady is. Like her hand was in the
I think
gator's
she was
mouth?
okay. No,
Okay.
I believe everything turned out
Jeez,
fine. Yeah.
Louise. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Ooh.
Well, that was quite.
That was intense.
That was
Thanks,
incredible.
Gia.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Gia. Thanks, Gia.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Gator Dad.
Well, I always enjoy myself.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
on this
love
wonderful
hanging out
Monday.
one day.
It's always great to be
It's
here on a
always-
Monday.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to all the crew of DETV and Big Eye, big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. Enjoy your Monday.